Hey guys, SuperVin47 here, and welcome back to another episode of SuperVin47 Wanders the Jianghu in the lovely Age of Wushu. If you guys remember from yesterday's episode, or if you recently watched it, there was actually a story time involved. And I know at least one of you guys liked the story time, so you know what? I got nothing to do here right now. We finished up traveling through Yanyu Villa, and now we're just gonna head to Meihua Mountain. So you know what? Instead of me cutting out the whole, traveling time, I decided to fill it with, filler. So, gear yourself for another story, ladies and gents. I'm about to tell you the story of... where do I want to go? What story? Yesterday I told you guys about how the Jade Emperor, the King, the Lord, the Emperor of Heaven, Hell, and Earth, got his start. So you know what? I think I'll tell you guys a different story. I will tell you guys a story today. It's a tale of vengeance. It's a tale of disobedience, and it's a tale of a fall from heaven. This story is a story of the god of archery known as Hou Yi. Hou Yi was one of the finest archers in the land. So good, he became a god. But this story doesn't start with him. Oh no. No, it does not, but he is the main character, so keep that in mind. Hou Yi is like Hawkeye, Legolas, and Katniss put together, multiplied by X 100 times, and then smashed together again. That's how good he is. But the story doesn't start with him, like I said. The story starts a long, long time ago, in a land of myth and legend, where the gods were petty and cruel, and hang on, that's copyright. But it does start a really long time ago, before the age of civilization itself. See, in the time long past, there were two gods of importance. One was Dijun, and the other was Shihe. Dijun and his wife, Shihe, gave birth to the sons plural. You see, there were originally, according to Chinese mythology, there were originally 10 suns in the sky. In fact, they were the 10 phoenix children of Dijun and Shihe. So, you're probably wondering, if there were 10 suns in the sky, how come the earth wasn't a crispy ball of burntness? Well, the thing is, every day, the 10 children of Dijun would take turns traveling across the sky, carried by their mother. Now these 10 children did the same thing over and over and over for millennia, until finally, one day, they got bored of it. So instead of one of them following their mother across the sky, all 10 of them followed their mother across the sky. And because there were 10 suns in the sky, the rivers dried up, the land turned to scorched earth, the people were unable to leave their caves, they were unable to step outside because hell, there were 10 freaking suns in the sky, roasting the earth from all possible angles. Dijun looked at what his children did. He was furious, because now there was no one left to worship him. So Dijun calls out to Hou Yi, like, yo dog, I know your arrow skills are so boss that they can touch the sky. So he summons Hou Yi down. Hou Yi answers him, what would you like me to do? Dijun says, I want you to scare my kids out of the skies because they've been disobedient. So Dijun says, okay, sure, I'll head down to Earth and check out what's going on. Dijun goes down, Hou Yi goes down to Earth. And what he sees there infuriates him. The ground is scorched to ash. The crops basically dust in the wind. Rivers, lakes, oceans, all dried up. The people are suffering. It's the longest drought, the worst drought the world had ever seen. And this infuriates Hou Yi. He sees the plight of the people, and it just like makes him he loses his mind. He goes up to the sky, sees the 10 suns, and you know what? He pulls out his bow and arrow, and he starts shooting them down, one by one. He keeps shooting them until there was only one left. He killed all of the sons, all of Dijun's children, until there was one left. And just as he was about to strike down the last one, the people of Earth cried out to him, "Wait! Stop! We need at least one sun to hold back the night." And seeing how these people suffered, seeing how these people would suffer without the last sun, Hou Yi was like, "Okay, I got it. I won't kill the last one." Naturally, Hou Yi went a little gung-ho. "Oh, I never knit buns." But he went a little bit over the top in killing all of the sons. So, Dijun wasn't happy. Dijun summoned Hou Yi before him, and Dijun basically said, "Yo dog, what the holy fuck? I told you to scare my kids back into obedience. What happened? What happened?" So, actually, I will tell you guys what happened later, because I'm about to transition from Yanyu Villa into Suzhou. So I will be right back. Hey guys, I'm back here now with the continuation of Hou Yi's story, where I'll just complete this as soon as I figure out where the hell I'm going. Bleh. Wait. I don't want to go to Yanyu Villa. Where am I going? Qiandeng is that way. Which way is the Meihua Mountain? Answer me. Oh, Meihua. Okay. This way. Alright. So where was I? Oh yeah! Dijun was about to tear Hou Yi a new asshole for killing 9 out of 10 kids. So Dijun summons Hou Yi before him, being the god of the sky. "Hou Yi, I sent you to chastise my children for being little assholes. You killed 9 out of 10 of them. What am I supposed to tell my wife? What am I supposed to tell her? You tell me what I'm supposed to tell my wife for getting 9 out of 10 kids killed. I ain't going to be getting none of that tonight. You understand?" Dramatization, of course. So Hou Yi's standing there before the rage of Dijun. And Dijun finally calms down and says, "You know what? You love humanity so much, why don't you become one of them?" And so basically, Dijun strips Hou Yi of his immortality, his special abilities, his godhood, and casts him back down onto Earth to live as a mortal for the rest of his days. And that tale will be continued another time, as soon as I figure out what happened to Hou Yi. So we're gonna leave Hou Yi down here on Earth as a mere mortal man, and we'll come back to that story sometime later. Yeah, we'll come back to that story sometime later. But seeing as I still have quite a ways to go before heading to Meihua Mountain, or Plum Blossom Mountain, let me tell you guys another story. this story... This is a story about love. This is... Actually, I don't have a lot of time. But, I'll leave it off on a bit of a cliffhanger, just like I did with Hou Yi. So this is a tale of two lovers. This is a tale before the time of Hou Yi, before the birth of the 10 sons, before Dijun, before Shihe. This is a tale of how the Milky Way galaxy was formed. So long ago, there was a goddess of the... well, stories just say she was just a regular goddess. But for dramatization's sake, we'll call her the goddess of the void, the goddess of space, we'll say. The goddess of space had a daughter. This daughter was a princess. The princess, one day, seeing, again, what is up with gods and goddesses being bored? So, the princess decided, because she was so bored, she decided to come down to Earth and check out what's up. On Earth, she met up with a cowherd. Now, the cowherd was a strong, good, and just man. He was a poor man, though, and he spent a lot of his time herding cows because, hey, ain't nobody got time for having fun when you're barely making enough to feed yourself, right? So the cowherd met the princess one day. She being the beautiful, the graceful, the godly beauty that she was, and he being the strong, just man that he is, they met. They fell in love at first sight. So, the princess, having snuck away from heaven, decided to stay with the cowherd here on Earth. And they got married, actually, without her mother's consent. So, you can tell where this is going. So they got married without her mother's consent. Turns out they also had 2 kids! Well, damn! When it rains, it pours, right? So they had 2 kids. They raised the 2 kids up. The 2 kids are 10, 11 years old? When suddenly, out of the blue, Mommy finds out that her little baby girl went off, got married, and had children. Now you guys probably know shit about to happen. So, the goddess of the sky, or the goddess of the void, say, reaches down, pulls her princess off of Earth, drags her back up to the sky, back up to the stars, say, and says, you are forbidden from going to Earth ever again. You are not, young lady, you are not leaving my sight for the rest of eternity. And so the princess is forced to stay in heaven, just doing her daily duties, meanwhile missing her children and her husband, who have been left behind on Earth. Conversely, husband and son and daughter, they're missing their... Hang on, I gotta deal with this fool for a second. Hey, shut up. Get up. Oh, what is this one? Shift R? Shift E? Oh, this dude. This dude is not... Oh, this dude hits like a truck. Did we forget that one? Hang on. Okay, this is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. And I'm gonna cut this off here while I escape from this madman. Be right back. Okay, so it turns out Meihua Mountain is unavailable now. Well, buds. So we're gonna head to Wanderer's Valley. That's gonna be oodles of fun, isn't it? Anyway, but great for you guys. This lets me finish my story. This is gonna be fun. Hang on, let me just plot a course for Wanderer's Valley, or I may not get time to finish my story. So I will just, is there a good spot to leave it off on a cliffhanger? Yes, there is. So, where was I? Ah, yes. The father, the two kids, missing their mother and his wife dearly. In fact, he's broken-hearted. He isn't able to eat, he isn't able to work, he isn't able to sleep. In fact, he gets so delirious that one day he hears his cow talking to him. The cow says, "Master, I know how you are missing your wife, so here's what you need to do. If you slay me, take my skin and wear it. It will grant you passage to the heavens." I don't know why the cow said that, but I'm assuming this has some kind of reasoning where, like, dead animal, his soul gets taken up to heaven or something like that. So, damn this thing if the husband didn't do just that. Accepting his pet cow's word as law, he slays the cow, hollows out the carcass, takes his children and himself underneath the cow's skin. And so he's in the cow's skin, and suddenly a force takes him up to heaven. Up into outer space and all that jazz. And he goes around looking for his wife. Obviously, the goddess of the sky picks up on the fact that, oh, my daughter's husband is up here. And so, seeing that he and the two kids are actively looking for her, she takes out a mystic hairpin. Because, even goddesses need to have fashion, right? So, she takes out the hairpin, and she rends the sky in two. She draws a line using the hairpin between her daughter and the cowherd. And this line becomes the Milky Way galaxy. And her daughter and the cowherd are forced to spend eternity across this uncrossable river of stars, say. And so I think there are actually two constellations up there in the sky right now. If you guys look it up on Wikipedia, there are actually two constellations in the sky across from each other. One would be the cowherd and their two children, and on the other side of the Milky Way galaxy would be the princess herself. And the story goes that on the 7th day of the 7th month of the lunar year, a flock of birds or something like that would fly in such a way as it would create a bridge between the two constellations. And for that one night, husband, children, and wife are reunited. Just for that one night. They call it the they call it the Qi Shi Festival. I think it means like 7 stars or something like that. They call it some kind of it's some kind of festival. Happens in the summer. But for that one night a year, the whole family's reunited, and I also think it's sort of like a Valentine's Day festival in China as well, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's my story. If you guys like the story, if you guys would want a continuation of Hou Yi, do let me know. And... oh. And here we are. In Wanderer's Valley. The Blackwind Mountain. So, I think I'll call it here. If you guys like the stories, let me know in the comments if there are any stories you would like me to tell. Also, leave that in the comments. Before tomorrow, we start a whole new series of wandering. Wandering in the Wanderer's Valley. Yeah, that's probably going to be the name of tomorrow's episode. Anyway, let's see how lethal this place. Oh, that's a fine and dandy way to greet newcomers. Jeez, how big is this place? Oh, me and my big mouth. Well, this is gonna be fun. Anyway, I'm Supervin47. You've been watching me wander the Jianghu in the lovely Age of Wushu. Join me again tomorrow for possible story time, but most likely more exploration. I'll see you guys later. Bye.